Hi everybody, welcome back to Work Right Planner. My name is Erica and this is the place where we talk about all things budgeting and planning. And if you like that type of content, stick around because that's what we're going to talk about. If you watched my cash envelope stuffing for August 30th, which was very late getting up, then you know that I'm a little bit behind this month. My sister got put in the hospital. We had to quarantine. My sister did not have COVID, but of course I worked 2 jobs, so I got exposed to COVID by a coworker and had to quarantine, and it's just been a hot mess express trying to get everything taken care of. Anyway, I'm back and still sharing information with you guys, so I'm going to run through this as quickly as possible because it's so late, but let's just get to this. Okay. Job number 1, I ended up with exactly what I expected, the $15.24.44. The beautiful thing about that job is it's a salary position, so unless I happen to get overtime, because I am compensated for any hours worked above 40, it's always going to be that number. It doesn't matter if I take time off or not, it's always going to be that number. Okay, so job number 2, I ended up missing some time, which is going to cross over into next month also, because of the quarantine. So I only ended up with $254.12 on that one, and then I had miscellaneous money to show up. I did not have a salary from my side hustle, although I did make my first Etsy sales. They weren't enough to cover the expenses for the sticker shop, so no salary from that this month. I was very excited to get sales though, y'all. It was awesome. Very, very excited. Thank you so much to the people who placed orders. You have no idea. Okay, so the miscellaneous money that showed up, the good Lord always provides, $257.98. So, we've got our trusty calculator here. We're going to add 15, 24, 44, 254, 12, and 257.98. That takes us to $2,036.54 for the month. Okay. Now, this one is where it should be. This one is where it should be. This one was $257.98 higher than we expected. And then 300 minus 254.12 is 45.88. Okay. So 257.98 minus 45.88 means that I was to the good $212.10 for the month of August. Win, y'all. That is most definitely a win. Okay, we'll get down to the bills. Of course, all of these are exactly what they were, so that's why they're fixed expenses. That's just, I paid that. Okay, the electric, a lot of these are also, they're variable because of the nature of them. They go up and down, but what is here is what I contributed to that. In my household, I don't do budget billing with the company with these bills, but I had them explain to me how budget billing works, and I implemented that strategy on my own so that I can potentially draw a little bit of interest. It might just be pennies, but it's still pennies, and pennies add up to dollars. So I hold on to this money over the course of the year, and that way I have an idea of how much I need to contribute every month. And I don't end up with as many surprises. Sometimes I end up with surprises toward the end of the month, but not too often. Those two, they got what they got. For my cash envelopes, let's see. I had to make some adjustments because, of course, I was down here. So that puts us $3 to the good, because we budgeted $3 more than that and spent less. Okay, streaming services. $16.87. Sinking funds. $194.05. Okay. Murray State got $75. Kia got $175. The credit card, $23.35 was my part. The debt snowball, I was able to put $43.21 toward the debt snowball, which is $2 more. Than what was anticipated. And I think I might have added my cash envelopes incorrectly. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, y'all. Out of practice. Okay, so the cash envelopes, I spent $469.82. $469.82 minus 323.8. I was over by 146.02. That sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. $28.66. So it comes out right. Negative 148.02. Now, the reason that these numbers don't exactly match, they should match, but I ended up just transferring the rest of that money to our joint account to cover some overspending that we did. So I know where that money went. But as far as the bills that I had planned for, I did not do well, y'all. Did not do well. I could have had a chunk of change to go here, but I didn't. I'm a bit disappointed in that, but it's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. So that is how the overall monthly budget looked, and of course this is how my allocated budget looks if you guys are interested in that. As my paycheck is less than what I anticipated it being, I have to make adjustments. Same thing if it's over, I have to make adjustments. And then as I document them, I keep a piece of paper that tells me, even in my checking account, what every dollar in there is for. I print it off once a month and I just add to the categories or subtract from the categories as I spend money. And that's how I know exactly how much I have all the time. So that's what these check marks are for. Okay, let's look at the sinking funds. Now, some of my sinking funds are in my checking account, things like household, toiletry, cleaning items, that kind of thing. I use my checking account as if it's sinking funds, and every dollar has a name that's in it. That's what I was just talking about, the piece of paper. But I also have a savings account that has sinking funds in it that sit for a while that I only draw from if I absolutely have to. And that's what this is. So, let's look. Amazon this month got $11. I have not had to pay anything out of it, so it has $88 at the end. We didn't do anything for birthdays or for car repairs, so I'm just going to carry those over. Okay. Christmas had $84 deposited in it. $827.78. My goal, and I don't know that we'll get exactly there, but my goal is to have $1,000 for Christmas by the time if I could speak, by the time Black Friday rolls around. And I set myself up that way because I love giving gifts, and the only time of year that I really let myself do it is Christmas. So I know for some people $1,000 seems like a lot, but I have a very large family, and a few people that are very close to me that I prefer to be able to do stuff for. So that is why that's so high. I don't buy anything lavish, I just get something thoughtful for a lot of people. So, there you go. Okay, so my cocoa, I did have to buy the next quarter, I guess, worth of cocoa. So I spent $381.19, so I'll have my protein. Now we have $762.81. That makes me very uncomfortable, but that's under $1,000 now. I don't really have a plan for where to squeeze out the money to replace this and keep myself going, but I have to have it. It's a medical thing, so I'm working on this. But I think I can get a prescription for the protein from my doctor, and that maybe my flexible spending card will cover it, because that is a chunk of change over the course of the year, but we will see. I'm definitely going to be making some calls. Okay, the Sam's membership got $3.75. I have not paid for the membership yet because it's not due until November, I don't believe. So we should have $33.75. And then I didn't do anything for supplements. That's another one I've got to figure out how I'm going to cover. And then where I had not transferred money at the end of July, I apologize if you can hear my dog scratching. She won't stop. Okay, so taxes and tags. I had not transferred anything for July, just because time got away from me. So I made 2 transfers this month for a total of $30. I don't have to pay those yet. $146.16. Okay, so we definitely had more go out than in, which is not a good thing. So we had $128.75 to go in. We had $381.19 come out. We're going to add this column. Okay. Now that I've got what this adds up to, I'm going to do it across the bottom just to double check the math. I finished my number, but what I love about using this calculator, I had put add instead of subtract, so I just went back to it and enter. I don't know if you all can see this very clearly, but the two numbers match. So that means that my math is right. $2,605.55 is what I've got left. So that is not the trend that I like to see my sinking funds going in, but it is what it is. You know, when you're low income, sometimes you got to pull from these puppies. And the last thing I wanted to look at was my side hustle investments for August. I did not add any to these. I should have just gone ahead and marked. And I didn't take anything from these. So these numbers are just going to transfer over. Okay, so all of those are the same. This one's going to change because I got a refund, but that's why I noted this here. It's a refund of money I actually charged in July. So I wanted to make sure to put that where it was due. $19.99. So that makes July's new total $490.35. And then for August, I bought some equipment. I had my Canva come out, and I got my first sales. Granted, my revenue from that was not a whole lot after all the fees came out and the shipping came out, but it's something, y'all. It's still something. It's a start. So that's $8.34. We've got $19.13 plus $12.95. We've got, oh, I shouldn't have added. Look at that. I got excited. The sales got me excited, y'all. Okay, so that's $32.08. We're going to subtract the $8.34 to get $23.74 for the month of August. Not too bad, especially when you look up here at some of these others, because, you know, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. You know, all of the three digits I'm just not a fan of because I don't have income to cover it, and I look at that and it makes me a little queasy. But that's the reality. It's been a year. $8.34 is all I've made from it. And I didn't even really make that because I was still $23 in the hole. You know, it is what it is. I haven't had the Etsy shop up the whole year. I think I've only had the Etsy shop up since June or July. It might have been July. So it's just now really getting started as far as having it up and going. So we will see where this goes. But this is all that went into it before it even, you know, got up and going. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so now $19.99 plus $8.34 4, if I could find the right button, we have 2833. We're going to add this column. Okay, now I'm going to do the numbers across the bottom. Okay, there again, these two numbers match. So I have my 2,563.37. Okay, that is where we are. And that is everything for this month's budget. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you soon to set up September. Bye, everybody.